Hi everyone, it's JJ here and welcome to Be Colorful. For today's card I decided to take a little step back in time and use the Tonic Craft Kit 29. This card is for my cousin Erika, who celebrates her first communion, and I wanted the protagonist of this card to be the butterflies. Beautiful and colorful, which bring happiness wherever they land, just like Erika. So let's spread our wings and fly to the sky without limit of creativity. So, as I already said, today we give a dusting to one of the Tonic Studios kit that I like best, kit number 29. In any case, the idea that I'm going to propose to you can be replicated with any die or stamp you may have in your stash. The card will be very simple, and specifically it is a Gatefold card that I have already made in a standard size that's 5 by 7 inches. Now I'm going to take the stamps and create a background on the Gatefold card flaps. I'm going to stamp with my clear Versamark ink because I plan to do a heat embossing technique. So I'm proceeding with a series of stamps, thus creating a pattern of butterflies. I hope you can see. And I do the embossing technique with white embossing powder. The effect will be a beautiful white on white with embossed butterflies, delicate and elegant. Okay, now let's move on to the creation of the Gatefold card closing system. Here you can use any type of closing system you prefer, such as ribbons, strings, paper band. I'll opt for a paper band decorated with a butterfly, which will also be the focal point of the card. In my case, I'm going to use the dies from the kit, die cutting the largest butterfly in the pearlescent pink paper. For the internal one, that will be smaller, I'm going to use these two dies, which they're going to die cut the intricate design on the wings, together with the coordinated die, which cut out the shape of the butterfly. I'm going to use this beautiful iridescent paper with a shade of pink, which you can notice according to the position of the light. Okay, now I'm going to glue the two butterflies, applying the glue only on the center, so as to have a nice dimension. After that, I created the band. I don't know what happened, but I didn't record this part. Anyway, nothing complicated. I cut a strip of white cardstock long enough to wrap the card. Then I made some fold lines. Make sure not to create a band that is too small, otherwise it will be difficult to extract or insert the card inside. Now I'm just adding some finishing edges with a strip of iridescent pink paper. Glue the two ends of the band. Finally, I'm going to glue the butterfly, applying the foam pad only in the central part. As a sentiment, I'm going to use Special Day of this die set. Die cut on the pink pearlescent paper that I also used for the butterfly, and 2 more times on white cardstock. I'm going to glue this die cut one on top of the other, obtaining a beautiful dimensional sentiment. This is a great alternative to the foam pad, which in cases of such very thin sentiment would be impossible to apply. We get a very similar dimensional effect, and in my opinion better, since you will not notice the foam pads, which sometimes are very noticeable and are a little anti-aesthetic, to be honest. Okay, now I'm gluing the sentiment on the band. To finish the card, I'm going to add a few drops here and there of iridescent pink Nuvo Dream Drop. And also some Nuvo Glitter drop with a white base, semi-transparent, which doesn't go down because the upper part of the liquid is a little bit dry. Have you the same problem with the Nuvo drops? Me with everyone. That is not great. In this case, I recommend you do not crush the bottle too much to release the product. Otherwise, no, vabbè. And with this disaster, I give you an appointment at the next video. Thank you for joining with me, and I hope you can learn from my disasters. Well, come on. At least I managed to put most of the product back into the bottle. Now let's leave it all behind and see the finished card. I hope you liked the white on white embossing technique. I really love the effect. What about you? Even applying such a large and particular decorative element to embellish the band of a Gatefold card is a very simple and fast idea, which allows us to use our dies, making them stand out. That's all for today. Thanks again, see you next time, and be colorful!